The studio of the late Sarah Jean Linquist is a testament to her last and perhaps her defining project. These sets are the heart of the book, Onward is Best, A Christmas Journey. But before we peek inside its pages, you need to know the backstory of the artist and her own journey.
Sarah and I met in college in 1972.
Musician Robert Fishbone was Linquist's husband.
I was going to a video class to meet my friend after it was over. And when I walked to the door, the class had just ended and people were milling around, and for one moment everybody spread apart. And Sarah was like on the other side of the room, and I saw her for like 2 seconds, and then the crowd went like that again, and I didn't see her again for 3 months. But I was like intrigued when I saw her, and then we took a class together, and her approach to making video was what first got me interested in her, because it was a sense of mystery in what she did.
It was the start of a personal and professional collaboration that lasted close to 40 years. After they graduated from Antioch College in Ohio, Fishbone and Linquist moved to St. Louis. They quickly established themselves as creators of murals. Hundreds of their whimsical, often surreal work sprang up in neighborhoods, schools, and businesses, outdoors and in.
In terms of mural painting, we wanted people to feel like it was their painting, so we were very careful in how we designed things so that they felt like it was a gift to them.
Over the years, Linquist saw most of her outdoor murals disappear for a variety of reasons, like deterioration. Or, as was the case with this mural, the downtown St. Louis landmark image of Charles Lindbergh, known as Lindy Squared, the work was lost to demolition.
When that one came down, that was pretty tough. But I did get to recreate it at one point, so it lived again.
Linquist also gave life to the visions of others. As master scenic artist for the Muni, she oversaw the metamorphosis of set designers' drawings into stunning theatrical backdrops. And there was Linquist's role of mother to son Tyler and daughter Liza.
She was really quiet about the things that she did, not like the kind of grandstanding artists that, make headlines today. She just really enjoyed the actual work itself. She loved zoning in, listening to like NPR or something and just working and just transforming a room into, a different thing.
Linquist mustered all her gifts after she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 2006.
When she had her first cancer surgery and chemo and she was recovering, she developed a peripheral neuropathy in her hands and feet, so she couldn't tell how anything felt. And she had to retrain herself how to use her hands for fine motor skills. So one of the things she did was start cutting paper. And she's cutting paper and she starts making it into little things, and then she starts making these little groupings, and all these things gelled in her mind, the landscapes and the backdrops at the Muni, the murals that we painted, these little paper things.
All that, plus Linquist's childhood memories of department store Christmas windows, inspired her to start work on a Christmas book that became Onward is Best. Linquist's initial drawings and narratives are contained in a journal.
Here's some of her first conceptions of what the crows would look like, which of course they ended up looking just like this, given by her sister Kate. And then here we have actually the beginning of the story. Far up in the North Pole, the time was mid-December. All the toys were filled with excitement. Now began wrapping time.
The heroine of this tale is the red-headed doll named Dolly. Rather than let herself be gift-wrapped and sent off on a midnight sleigh ride, Dolly decides she doesn't want to leave the North Pole. She runs away, and in the tradition of her predecessors from The Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland, Dolly gets caught up in a series of adventures. She winds her way through the various landscapes that sprang from the imagination of Sarah Linquist.
She started with paper land, and everything is made of paper. Then it goes to popcorn land, metal land, teddy bear land, woodland, and then desolation land. And desolation land is the one that she was working on when she died. And it's more than a little bit symbolic of her journey through cancer.
About 80% of the book was finished when the author died, and her husband grappled with whether to try and complete it. Linquist's sisters, all writers, helped convince Robert Fishbone it should and could be done successfully. The siblings worked on the narrative, Other relatives and friends focused on the design aspects of the book, and Fishbone oversaw the business end.
In terms of her work, this was what she saw as her legacy. She thought, well, this will live on past me, and that was a big motivation for all of us to complete the book. And then I also have here, which proved to be very valuable, the storyboard.
When he couldn't find a willing publisher, Fishbone decided to self-publish and sell the book through his website, onwardisbest.com, and through Left Bank Books. In his real-life wrapping room, Fishbone showed us his ritual for each copy he ships out.
I went from just sort of shipping them as fast as I could to doing it in a way that I felt does honor both to what Sarah was dreaming about and also the vibe that it'll arrive at in people's homes. So this is the process. So I take one of Sarah's books and I put it in the book wrap. It comes with a series of 4 cards based on pictures from the book, and I put that in. And then I put in a couple pieces of ribbon, which are reminiscent of the wrapping room. And then the most important thing is this.
He calls this the Santa magic.
This is such a unique thing in itself because it brings the voice and imagination of my mom, right into the room. Christmas was her absolute favorite time of year, and it's really nice to be able to live with that.
Many families hopefully will benefit from it, but it was really important to kind of have this happen, have something that our kids could hold in their hands.
That's something that I can show to my kids and grandkids someday and be like, this was your grandmother. Like, she did this.
From parent to child, and so it goes as we all move onward.